you are in medical devices or IoT, or you have a digital integration into another product, you may not have seen quite the acceleration as you would have had with something like telehealth or remote monitoring, for instance. So we are seeing more within SWAN, more deals, larger deals. We have more angels. So I mentioned that we are one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing, social impact-led angel network in the United States. And as a result, we've doubled our number of angels over the last year, and we'll probably continue that trend into the foreseeable future. And as a result, you can see that our dollar value and our number of entities is continuing to pace along with the industry standard in early stage investing. Okay, so here's what to emphasize if you are currently entering the market environment for your first fundraise. We need to talk about how you win on your risks. So many times you have a fantastic company, you have a fantastic idea, you are world-breakingly clever, and I mean that genuinely, you are, and the investors recognize that. That's not the problem. We want to know how you're going to win on these risks, because there's always risks in the market. We want to know how you make decisions and how you're evaluating a moving landscape, because it is always changing. We want to know how you're going to work with your team. How are you going to make decisions? How are you going to handle friction? Do you have rules in which you understand commonly, this is how we're going to say, you know what, this is a bad decision. You know, you made a huge mistake with this. That's okay. We have new information now, and this is how we're going to move forward. Your investors want to know how you engage, and they want to know how you're going to fit for them. You're not just a vehicle for money, you're a lot more than that. So showing that is very critical. This is the one rule. Persevere unrelentingly towards your goal. You need to be flexible. I've mentioned a couple of times thinking about your pivot points, your risk, where your different permutations may be, because the company you have now is certainly not the company that you'll have in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Maybe you've exited, maybe you've added new products, maybe you've fired half of your team and hired a new one with completely different skills. And maybe it's wildly successful, maybe it's a completely different venture. Everything changes, and that is okay. That is part of your story. That is part of the narrative you build in with investors, because if you persevere, you will continue to be able to refine what success looks like, how you're going to get there. You will get more information, and that will continue to help you uplift their portfolio and be that consistent, reliable force of, hey man, all of us get knocked down sometimes. A pandemic comes out, something changes, we need to renegotiate prices, reimbursement just fell through for us. All of these things happen. How you gauge them, how you build out your decisions is very critical. Flexibility is not considered a weakness in this world. Knowing how you're going to get there and being resilient along the way is the practice that is so, so critical. So think about being flexible, think about your risks, acknowledge them, build out decision-making criteria internally and externally, how you will share this, and show up, show your work, lean in.